Good morning, Braben and Marnie. Welcome back to 2020 to 2021. Can we please, first of all, be upstanding for the national anthem?
Hi guys, Prince here. My dream is to become successful in every area of my life, to be great, therefore to leave a legacy. Bye!
What's my dream? I don't really have one, to be honest. I don't know what one become. Well, I'm saying like there's so many like careers out there. Like I like engineering, I like sports. I mean, I just like everything, but I wouldn't say I really have a dream, but it'd be kind of cool to like.
Hi, my name is Sasha. Hi, my name is Shem. And my dream is to become a professional athlete. My dream is to become a gamer.
My name is Sandra, and I want to be an engineer and also to be professional at music.
Hi, my name is Vivian and I dream of going to a good university.
My dream is to provide education for children who do not have opportunities, maybe in Africa, and to also provide opportunities for them. Yeah, and also to kind of stop poverty in Africa.
So I had a dream that in the future I build my own house. Yeah.
Hello. I have a dream that one day no one will die of cancer.
I dream about having a good and long life and being a professional soccer player and being rich.
Hi, I'm Kieran, and I dream about having a good career on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Tracy. I dream about food.
Hi, my name is Gracie, and my dream is for the world to have world peace and world equality.
Hi, my name is Amanda, and I hope to be a notable figure in the world of astrophysics.
I dream about being successful.
Hi, I'm Andrew, and I dream about cars.
Hi, I'm Jessica, and I dream about getting an iPhone 11.
Hi, I'm Pius Paddy, and I dream of becoming a big-time basketball player.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Paddy, and I dream of becoming a big-time TV star.
Hi, my name is Ruth Paddy, and I dream of becoming the best dancer.
I had a dream that quarantine will finally end.
Hi, my name is Mr. George Amolo, and my dream is to be the best science and biology and chemistry teacher in the world. That is my dream.
I'm Aaron Kasura, and I dream about joining the MI6 Cyber Division.
Hi, I'm Nadira, and I dream about being successful and solving world hunger.
Hi, my name is Imran, and I dream about being successful in life and basically playing in NBA.
Hi, my name is Lavina, and my dream is to become a professional dessert maker and a professional pastry chef.
My dream is to become a professional football player. My dream is to become a tennis player.
Hello everyone, my name is Sean, and what I dream about is to become a professional football player, and that world poverty will surely end. No, will end. That's the dream.
Hi, my name's Debbie, and I dream of being very successful in the future.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Nwamanya, and I dream of becoming a successful architect.
I have a dream of becoming successful and ending racial profiling.
Hi, my name is Igati, and I dream about being the best engineer the world has ever known.
Hi, my name is Imani, and my dream is to own a law firm one day.
Just as I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Last week was the 57th anniversary of when Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his I Have a Dream speech from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial before more than 200,000 people who gathered for a Freedom March in Washington, D.C. Originally, it was conceived as a protest for jobs, but the march quickly morphed into a wider protest for racial justice after a summer of police beatings of civil rights activists working against the disenfranchisement of Black voters. While King's speech is most remembered for his iconic finish, in which he laid out his vision for the future of racial equality in the US, he also spoke to the urgency of now, a lesson that can be applied as much today as it is back then. In fact, in 1863, as the nation approached its 3rd year of a bloody civil war, the Emancipation Proclamation Bill was signed. Now, bearing in mind that Lincoln, at that stage when he declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforth shall be free, he was giving Black slaves back their freedom, but not their rights. And hence, 100 years later, King led his people to make a change. As a result, Kennedy eventually announced a plan for the Civil Rights Bill. It was signed into law by President Lyndon Johnson in 1964 and banned discrimination on the basis of race, colour, religion, sex, or national origin in several key areas of public life, including employment, housing, and public accommodations. Yay! King's dream came true. And yet, 57 years later, on the date that the same place that King delivered his speech in Washington, Americans held the Get Your Knee Off Our Necks march. Quoting from somebody who was at that march, "The reason we had and still have to say Black Lives Matter is because we get less healthcare, like we don't matter. We go for jail for longer for the same crimes, like we don't matter. Black Lives Matter, and we won't stop until it matters to everyone." Anyway, so I asked a few youngsters here in Kenya about whether they feel racial discrimination, and they told me, to be honest, no. But discrimination is more obvious in terms of social classes than race. Until we go onto social media, then it really comes through. Now, my thoughts there was that at least you have the ability to turn away from social media. You have the ability to block, you have the ability to walk away. And so if we can walk away, does it matter if it's not happening to us? However, since 2012, over 900 people have died from MERS. Between 2008 and 17, over 3,000 people of hand, foot and mouth disease. Last year, 7,000 people died of measles in the DRC. The 2014 to 16 outbreak of Ebola in West Africa was the largest outbreak since 1976. 11,330 people died during this outbreak. And again, in between 2018 and 19, 2,299 people. We were worried about Ebola in Kenya, and certainly our school, we have safeguarding measures in place when it looks like it could penetrate our borders. But over in Europe and America, it was barely mentioned until somebody went over their border with a disease. And then it was something for doctors and academics and newspapers to discuss. In 2019, we started hearing about a virus called coronavirus starting in a place called Wuhan. But let's face it, it didn't really have much of an impact at first. Let's face it, it was 8,705 miles away. a small corner of a newspaper, miles and miles away, and no, not something that we should concern ourselves with. 9 months later, and 5 months being away from school, and I'm absolutely certain that no one in the world is ignorant to COVID-19. And that is why I thought about the protests in the USA and Europe and other countries and continents. It should concern us. This pandemic has clearly shown that all lives matter, and in my mind, how it can show how people can show brutality to their neighbour for any reason does not have a place in this world. But it does. It happens. And so whether it's social injustice, racial injustice, or plain discrimination, this pandemic should have taught us to reach out to each other and to love, not to hate. I'm ending this part of my assembly with a clip from a young man who calls himself Kid President, who pretty much sums up Martin Luther King's dreams. And I pray that this will extend his dream to include all the dreams from my Brabant Imani community, and to share love, not hatred across the world at a time when it's proven that we need this more than ever.
Once upon a time, there's a man named Martin Luther King Jr. It's funny to think about because now we know his name so well, but at one time he was just a kid. Like maybe you're a kid watching this, well, he was a kid too. Well, maybe you're a grown-up. That's okay too. Former kids are welcome here. I don't discriminate. Martin Luther King grew up to be a great man, of course, but things weren't all that great in the world while he was growing up. Not everybody was treated like they were somebody, and I believe that you should treat everybody like it's their birthday, but they didn't do that. People looked at the color of their skin, and that's how they decided if they were friends or not. Not cool, man. That didn't make him feel good, that didn't make anybody feel good. But his parents helped him grow up. He went to church. He learned about love. He grew up to be a minister to help a lot of people. He did all sorts of cool stuff. He helped a lot of people learn about love too. But still he looked around and said, things should be better. He wanted to change things, so he did stuff. He decided instead of spreading the hate, he would spread the love. He wanted to bring people together. Where people were hurting, he stepped in to help. He marched with them, he walked with them. He walked arm in arm with everyone. Sometimes it didn't go well, but he kept going. Sometimes he ended up in prison, but he kept going. Some people didn't like him, but he kept going. Some days were hard, but he kept going. Love does that, it just keeps going, even when things are dark. And, well, I don't like this part of the story, but things did get pretty dark. Someone who didn't agree with him shot him. He died in April 1968. Now keep pressing it. Why are you telling us this sad story? Come on. I know, look, I'm sorry, but it happened. I don't like that happened. Now I gotta tell you something. When things aren't awesome, it can be tough. And things will always be awesome, but your response can be. Martin Luther King's response? It was awesome. Today I just wanted us to think about this. Isn't it cool that we can change things? Like any of us, anybody. He dreamed and he changed things. And he dreamed and he kept sharing his dreams. They became not just his dream, a lot of people's dream. Like this one. I have a dream that little black boys and black girls will join hands with white boys and white girls and become sisters and brothers. That's a pretty good dream. Let's dream like that. That could change things.
Thank you. And as we start a new term, a new academic year at Brabant Imani, I am absolutely delighted to welcome 11 new students into secondary school.
Hi, my name is Gracie. I've come from Brabant Dar es Salaam and I am entering year 7.
My name is Jeff and I rejoined Brabant in year 7.
Hi, my name is Jasmine and I rejoined Brabant Imani in year 8.
Hello, my name is Kelly and I'm joining year 8 from Elite Learning Center.
Hello, my name is Haley and I've just joined year 8 and from Elite Learning Center.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm from Greenstairs and I'm joining Brabant Imani in year 8.
Hi, my name is Vivian. I'm from Adventures and I've joined year 9.
Hi, my name is Igati. I'm joining Brave Animani from Happy Land, and I'm joining year 9.
Hi, I'm Frida. I'm joining from Brave Animani, and I'm joining
Hi, my name is Lisa and I'm joining year 12 from Braeside School.
To our 11 new students, we'd like to say a big Braeburn Imani welcome. We also have 3 new teachers, and so I'd like the teachers to introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marco Ayata. I'm going to be teaching you mathematics from year 9 all the way to year 13. I was in Pepone.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Musioka. I'm joining from St. Christopher's. I'll be teaching physical education and I'll be assisting in boarding. Look forward to teaching you. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Miss Lillian Kimani. I will be teaching chemistry in year 10 and 11 and science in year 9. Glad to be at Imani. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and the 3 of you are most welcome. I'm delighted to hear about how well your lessons have been going so far this week. I've now come to the end of my assembly, and I wish you all a pleasant day, and I look forward to seeing you in class. Thank you. Bye.